In January 2022, KOZ Entertainment, the label founded by Block B's Zico, opened auditions for a new boy group on HYBE label's YouTube channel. There was no concept teaser, no mysterious countdown, no cryptic lore. Just 6 boys, handpicked not for years of polished training, but for songwriting ability, raw chemistry, and the rare skill of turning an ordinary feeling into a hook. People couldn't stop singing. They debuted on May 30, 2023 with a single album called Who, and they answered their own title in the simplest way possible. Their official greeting says it outright. Who's there? Boy next door. Hello, we're Boy Next Door. The name means exactly what it sounds like. The boys who live next door, singing about the kind of everyday things their peers actually go through. No fantasy concepts, no dark universe to decode. Just crushes, part-time jobs, exam stress, and the specific ache of a first love. That debut single album kicked off what the group called their first love trilogy. Who came first, built around the tracks But I Like You, One and Only, and Serenade. Their first EP, Why, followed that September, and its lead single, But Sometimes, gave them their first entry on the Billboard 200. By November, their fandom had an official name, ONEDOOR, meant to be the one door connecting Boy Next Door to the rest of the world. That same year, at the Melon Music Awards, the group won the special award for Global Rising Artist, a strong result for a group not even 6 months old. 2024 is when the trilogy closed and the records started falling. Their second EP, How, debuted at #1 on the Circle album chart in April, the group's first chart-topping album, powered by the single Earth, Wind, and Fire. Days later, they earned their first music show win. That July, they made their Japanese debut through Universal Music Japan, and by the end of the year they'd released a third EP, 19.99. A reporter for the Korea Herald, writing about why the group connects the way it does, pointed to their engaging storytelling, strong live performances, and natural charm on variety shows, qualities that don't usually come this early in a group's career. People did compare them to New Jeans early on, mostly because both groups debuted with an unpolished, youthful image. That comparison didn't hold up for long. Boy Next Door's sound, choreography, and most importantly their hands-on involvement in writing and producing their own music set them apart. This is a group where members like Jaehyun, Taesan, and Woonhak are genuinely in the room when the songs get built, not just performing finished products handed to them. 2025 kept the momentum going with releases including If I Say I Love You, the EP No Genre, Boy Life, the EP The Action, and the Japanese single Say Cheese. Then 2026 brought a string of firsts. Their first live album, Knock on Volume 1 Final Live in February, a global ramen campaign remix of Earth, Wind, and Fire for Samyang's Bulldek brand. Their first full-length studio album, Home, released in June with the singles D-Doc, 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 and Viral. And the announcement of their first world tour, Knock on Volume 2, running into 2027. Along the way, they also became the first K-pop group to serve as global promotional ambassadors for the FIVB World Men's Volleyball Championship. 3 years in, Boy Next Door isn't a rookie group anymore. They're the standard a lot of fifth-generation groups now get measured against. So who exactly are the 6 boys behind the door? First one is Sungho, the Energizer. Sungho is the oldest member of Boy Next Door, born September 4th, 2003, in Wonju, Gangwon Province. His name was chosen with a meaning attached to it, to accomplish big things, and to do so with a pure heart. That's a fitting name for someone the other members nicknamed Top Gun, and for the member the group calls their Energizer. Sungho is the group's main vocalist, known for a smooth, sweet tone he wishes more people would get to hear. Off stage, he's logical and plans ahead, the kind of person who thinks 2 steps before he moves. He loves animals, he's left-handed, and his idea of a perfect afternoon involves cafe hopping, trying every new coffee shop in town, camera in hand. He has surprisingly bad eyesight and wears contacts whenever he's out in public. When the members each got assigned a fish species based on their personality, Leehan gave Sungho the zebrafish, resilient, adaptable, always active, just like him. Next is Riwoo, the quiet strength. Riwoo was born October 22, 2003, in Gangbuk, Seoul, and joined KOZ Entertainment just a month after Sungho did. He's the group's main dancer, and before Boy Next Door even existed, he was already competing in dance talent shows and training at Hanlim Multi-Art School. Where Sungho is the energizer, Riwoo is the calm in the room. His defining strength, by his own account, is staying composed no matter what's happening around him. He's introverted but quietly attentive to the people around him, the type to notice when a member needs something before they ask. He loves sweets and desserts, and if an English interview question goes over his head, his go-to move is to just smile, say yes, and laugh it off. The members affectionately call him our Riwoo. His assigned fish was the boxfish, small, round, and according to Leehan, simply the cutest saltwater fish he's ever seen. Then comes Jaehyun, the leader. Jaehyun, born Myung Jaehyun on December 4, 2003, in Debang, Seoul, is Boy Next Door's leader. And in a twist that surprises a lot of new fans, he was the very last member to join the group. While the others were already deep into evaluations, Jaehyun auditioned on the final day of that process and had to catch up fast, preparing for debut almost immediately after joining. Before KOZ, he trained briefly as a vocal trainee at HYBE Entertainment and spent time living abroad. As leader, Jaehyun handles rap and vocals, but his real specialty is keeping the group's energy up. He's the one people count on to lift the mood and bring fun, light-hearted performances to life. He's also known inside the group for giving brutally honest feedback, sometimes monitoring practice footage all night to get a performance right. He loves soccer and golf, considers himself a dog person, and carries a surname rare enough in Korea that people often ask about it. Off camera, he's been candid that what he wants most is simply to share what he loves with more people. Now let's talk about Taesan, the mountain. Taesan was born Han Dong-min on August 10, 2004, in Gwangju, and he trained longer than any other member, 7 full years, starting back in his first year of middle school under Source Music before eventually becoming part of Boy Next Door. He calls himself the group's giant mountain, and it's not just about his height. Taesan is the group's resident music obsessive. He started writing songs in 10th grade. Plays piano, reads in his spare time, and was musically shaped early on by his father, a serious fan of the late musician Shin Hee-chul. Taesan's own taste runs toward Nirvana, the Carpenters, Oasis, and Richard Sanderson. He owns a vinyl copy of Nirvana's Live at the Paramount that Jaehyun gave him as a gift. He's not someone who asks for help easily. According to fellow member Leehan, Taesan would rather work a problem out alone first. He wrote the lyrics to But I Like You, and he's also the one who came up with Boy Next Door's now famous official greeting. His assigned fish, the blue tang, was picked for being playful and a little odd, known to nap on its side in strange positions, which Leehan thought suited Taesan perfectly. Next is Leehan, the therapist. Leehan, born Kim Dong-hyun on October 20, 2004, in Busan, is the member who quietly holds the group together. Inside KOZ Entertainment, he's earned the nickname Therapist for the role he plays as the group's emotional anchor, the one members go to when something's bothering them, and the one who's good at noticing what people need before they say it out loud. His defining hobby is fish keeping. He raises corridoras, decorates aquascapes with real care, and was the one who playfully assigned each member their own fish species based on personality, a small ritual that says a lot about how he sees the people around him. His charm point, by his own admission, is his eyes, and the fastest way into his good graces is sharing your snacks with him. When Leehan doesn't know how to do something himself, he doesn't pretend, he just asks, whether that's a member or staff, which is its own kind of quiet confidence. Lastly, let's talk about the maknae, Woonhak. Woonhak, born Kim Woonhak on November 29, 2006, in Suwon, is the youngest member of Boy Next Door and became a trainee back in 2020. If a stranger so much as smiles at him, he says, he'll already be standing next to them, a small detail that sums up how openly he moves through the world. Woonhak loves music, basketball, fashion, and working out, and he produces music on the side. He says if he were a cartoon character, he'd be Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece, someone who leads with heart first. His favorite time of day is 11:29, a quiet nod to his own birthday. Beyond the group, he made history early, becoming a co-host of the music show in Kigyo alongside TXT's Yeonjun and actress Park Jaehyun, a role he held from July 2023 to April 2024, one of the first major individual platforms any BOYNEXTDOOR member held outside the group. He says he became a singer specifically to console people and send a little happiness their way. His assigned fish, fittingly, was the corridors, calm, caring, and always looking out for the people around it. 6 boys, 6 very different temperaments, an energizer, a quiet strength, a leader who almost missed his shot, a mountain who taught himself to write songs, a therapist who keeps everyone steady, and a Maknae who leads with warmth. What holds BOYNEXTDOOR together isn't a shared origin story or years of identical training. It's that every one of them, in his own way, is still writing the same kind of song, ordinary life, told honestly enough that it stops feeling ordinary at all.